have an outstanding program. Bob and Ray are here tonight. My first guest tonight are two of the funniest people in America. There's certainly no doubt about this. This is their latest book, titled From Approximately Coast to Coast. It's The Bob and Ray Show, and folks who have reviewed this book said that it's hysterically funny. The authors have said it would make a tremendous gift for Christmas. Please welcome Bob and Ray. Congratulations on another book. Let me ask you about the title. Did you ever consider calling it anything else, From Approximately Coast to Coast?
Yes,
any other choices there?
We were going to call it From Approximately Coast to Coast. It's the Bob and Ray Show, soon to be a major motion picture.
Yeah.
But there wouldn't have been room for our photographs.
Yeah, no, you don't. You don't want to eliminate that.
No.
Now, this is the second collection of your scripts of your material, right?
Yeah.
Why did you feel like you should put out another edition?
Well, I don't know. A lot of kids ask us for it. We get a lot of mail requests for our scripts from young people mostly. And we thought, well, why not put them in a book? And I could have them conveniently at a bookstore for them.
And turn a buck.
And turn a buck, sure. Now, are the favorite characters of the folks in here, like the slow talker?
Yes, as a matter of fact. He's in there, Wally Balloo's in there. What else?
Well, there's Gary Summit and Biff Burns and... Well, so many of our characters, and the McBeebe twins we couldn't put in the book because they don't read very well.
Now, why is that? Why wouldn't they read too well?
Well, because the McBeebe twins sound like this. It's a pleasure to be here and talking to all you nice people this evening. And he's always one just a beat behind, see, and it makes it tough to put that onto a printed page.
Yeah. Now, do you have any new characters, or your newer characters? Would they be in the book here?
Well, we're always, finding new characters and developing new shows. We have a program we hope to do a pilot on right now called Bankruptcy.
Bankruptcy.
And we met, this is for businessmen who are on the verge of financial disaster. And it's a place for them to make a plea to the viewing public. And one of the characters that's new to us that we met was Mr. Willard Huffer, who is a trolley car broker. Mr. Huffer, welcome to Bankruptcy.
Thank you. Now, what camera do I plead into here?
Well, I guess whatever one is most convenient, that one over there would be good.
All right, fine, sure.
Now, would you tell us the story behind the problem that you have involving the trolley cars, sir?
Well, Bob, or would you prefer I call you Mr. Elliott?
I'd prefer Mr. Elliott.
All right. Well, Mr. Elliott, I have 150 refurbished old trolley cars with brand new fluorescent lighting on the inside that I'd like to sell at a reasonable price.
How did you ever get hold of that?
Well, it's a long and it's a sad story.
I would imagine.
I picked them up at city auctions over the past 2 years for $500 apiece.
500 each. What prompted you to do that?
Well, there was this guy sitting beside me, and he urged me to buy them. He said he knew a foreign guy from one of these underdeveloped countries who would pay 10 times what I paid for them to use in his country.
Wow.
See?
Looked like a pretty good deal, I guess, huh?
Well, it seemed like that.
You
but
bought them?
I bought them, and when I bought them, this guy disappeared. And I've been, for the last year, over at the United Nations there, talking to these representatives from underdeveloped countries as they went in and out, but with not very much reaction.
Trying to unload 150 refurbished old trolley cars,
That's right, yes, sir.
Didn't have much luck.
Well, what I discovered was this, that these underdeveloped countries, most of them, have planned to skip the trolley car phase of their... and go right to buses and jet planes.
Well, they'd have no need for this, huh?
Right, that's true. So, that's pretty much it.
You had no luck with any of the countries?
Well, I had almost a sale with Kathmandu, Nepal.
Oh.
Now... I got as far as writing, well, let me see, I can show you this. Garnak, Patura, Dingwan, Kathmandu, San on the side of the buses.
Well, what does that mean?
It means the City of Kathmandu Transportation System.
Uh-huh. And you made the sale to them, did you, or did it fall through?
Well, that's when it really fell through. Do you know Kathmandu is in the Himalaya Mountains, you know?
Yes, high.
And they're the highest mountains in the world. And to say that Kathmandu is hilly is like saying the Empire State Building here is kind of cute, you know?
Yeah. Or like the Grand Canyon is adorable.
Well, yeah, right.
Like that.
Sure. So, no, the powers that be there in Kathmandu said that they'd rather go for the cable cars like you have in San Francisco.
I see. So you're still left with 150 of these cars. And this is where you make your plea, Mr. Hopper, and if you'd make it as brief as possible, we'd appreciate it.
Well, anybody out there viewing who could use 150 refurbished old trolley cars with brand new fluorescent lighting on the inside and with this written on the side of them, contact me at the Bob and Ray Public Service Department. Thank you very much.
You are indeed a trolley car broker in trouble. Good luck to you.
Thank you very much.
Thanks for being on bankruptcy.
Certainly keep it twice the price. We have to pause here for commercial. We'll be right back with more from Bob and Ray, folks. Come on back.
Just a moment, please. Will you hold? Late night. Joe Toplin. No, he is not. He's in the studio at this moment. May I take a message? Brother called? All right, I will do so.
Welcome back to the show. Bob and Ray are here, and you guys are still doing your series of programs for National Public Radio?
Yeah.
Yep.
Well, we've taped them, and they go on the air in January.
Yeah.
Just finished last week.
How many shows in the series?
For 13 weeks.
13 weeks. All right. Now, what about there is a private detective or a man who goes after missing persons, Ralph Flinger?
Ralph Flinger. He's the Mr. I Know Where They Are. He tells you all about these people who've disappeared, who've gone out of the limelight, who were famous, and suddenly you don't hear about them anymore.
Yeah.
And he's here with us tonight.
Oh,
I want
good.
to thank you for coming by, Ralph.
Thank you, Ray.
And I had the audience fill out some cards here
Yes.
earlier and see what they asked about these various people.
These people asked about some old-timers, did they?
They sure did, Ralph. The first one here, they want to know, where is Harley Freeney, the famous Australian comedian?
Well, he was known as the Will Rogers of Melbourne. He used to shear sheep and tell jokes at the same time.
Uh-huh. And where is he today?
Well, he inhaled a great deal of wool over the years. And when he would go on stage and appear before an audience, he would spray it with lint. So today he's about ready to go into a sweater factory and have the wool removed.
Well, is he temporarily out of work? Is that it?
Not really. He has a unique smoke shop service there in Australia. He sells kangaroos with tobacco in their pouches.
Uh-huh. Okay. Do you know the
He
whereabouts?
went to Australia to escape creditors in Panama.
Oh, I see.
Thank you for that question.
That's a good one. Somebody out there wants to know the whereabouts of Chester Cogwill, the developer of the sling chair.
Yes, he's still sitting in the first one he ever built.
Is that so?
Unable to get up.
What do you know about that? Now, many years ago, there was a marathon dancer named Bessie Farley who danced for a solid year without stopping. What became of her?
She married a foot doctor in Chicago. Later, they discovered they didn't care much for Chicago, and they moved to Fort Lincoln, Nebraska, I believe, and went into the visual training field. They manufacture those little pictures in those telescopic eyepieces, you see?
Oh, I've seen those, yeah. Let's see. Do you know where... Is this Louis Gorby? Do you remember him?
Louis Gorby.
The man who was responsible for the vent in the back of men's jackets?
Yes, that's an interesting question. Not many people know this. He got the idea from looking at theater curtains. It's pretty much the same principle, except in the theater they pull the curtain. Well, when he started telling people that he invented the vent, the theater curtain people got upset and sued him.
Oh, who won?
And they ran a long time in court, and the theater people won.
They did, huh?
They did.
Well, where is Gorby today?
Today, I believe he's studying law at Clinker University up there in Canada. he learned a good lesson in court.
Well, we have time for just one more. Somebody out there asked if you could locate Otto Van Romo, the famous old-time movie director.
Movie director, yes. He hit on very bad times back in 1928. One of his puttees unraveled, and he tripped, and he fell over his megaphone and crushed several of his teeth.
What happened to him?
Well, a dentist replaced his teeth with some gold ones, but by a freak accident. One night, a prospector drove a claim stake into his mouth.
Wow. And he was never the same after that, right?
No, he went back to Germany and went into the machine gun business.
Well, okay. Well, thank you, Ralph Linger. Mister, I know where they are.
You're welcome.
I didn't realize you invented the vent in the coat. That's a fascinating piece of information. We got to pause here for station identification. We'll be right back, folks, so stay with us.
Hello, late night. Clifton Banks, he's in the studio at this moment. May I take a message, please? Kevin. All right.
And you're talking with the editor of Wasting Time magazine. That's a wonderful publication, isn't it?
Oh, yeah.
This is a terrific book, by the way.
Thank you.
Later on in this program, folks, you're going to meet Sybil Shepherd, a wonderfully striking woman and a fine actress. Also, she sings. Tomorrow on this program, Bill Cosby will be here, well, no, he sings also. And Michael Davis plus presidential candidate Earl E. Black. That'll be tomorrow. I've always wanted to ask you gentlemen one question that I don't think we've gotten to before. It's Bob and Ray. Why isn't it Ray and Bob, or how was that determined?
Well, I'll tell you now, David, we started in Boston, and they had two baseball teams there then. The Atlanta Braves were then the Boston Braves, and the Boston Red Sox. And we were on before those two teams all summer long, and it was called Matinee, in early afternoon. And Matinee, Bob and Ray rhymed with matinee, and went matinee with Bob and Ray.
No, I never knew that.
You never knew that? Well, we'll learn a little something every day, I guess.
That word was matinee, it would have been Ray and Bob.
Yeah. That's just the roll of the dice, as they say.
That's the way it happened.
Well, it's worked out pretty well, hasn't it?
The Braves have done all right.
The book, from approximately coast to coast, it's the Bob and Ray Show. Wonderful stuff to read in there. And
thanks very much.
Nice to see you gentlemen again.
See you.
Thank you very much.
Great to see you.
Bob and Ray, folks. Thank you, guys. Bob and Ray.